the captains. What did that mean to you?
Meant a lot. It was a huge honor to get that. Not only just really because of the teammates. Voting on it's huge to receive that honor, as well as for Tom, Brett, and Sam to be named in that group has been a goal of mine. So I'm extremely happy to be in the situation that I'm in.
I've heard multiple teammates say the exact same thing about you. They both say you just do everything the right way. What does that mean when someone says that, and how do you internalize that?
I think it's just the accountability aspect. For me, if you're a leader and you're trying to get people to do something and you're not doing it, then you can't really expect them to do it as well. And so I'm kind of that leader that likes to be a part of everyone. I like to sweat with everyone else too, and so kind of being that leader who not only talks but also does is kind of the way I like to do things.
It sounds like leadership's been a big deal for this team. Coach Harsin was saying it's a really big focus. I don't know, what did you see last year, I guess, and why is this year such a big focus on the leadership, and why do you think it'll be better or different this year?
Well, yeah, after the season we had last year, one that this program doesn't want to have, it's kind of on us as team. We've got some of the best coaches in the country, and so it's kind of on us to making sure that we're handling things on and off the field as players, holding each other accountable.
What's it? You talk about your linebacker group. What's now you got a guy like Blake Whitlock in there. The guy who's a new addition. So we always talked about the depth of it, and you're adding basically another guy in there. What stood out to you about him?
Yeah, he's been an incredibly good player for us, especially coming in as late as he has. He's grinding in the film room so that when he makes his chance on the field, he's doing things the right way, because come here in a week and a half, it'll be game day, and he'll have to be ready to go in the mix. So him, as well as a lot of the younger guys have stepped up and has been eager to learn, eager in the film room. Coach Ablos and Tommy Smith do an incredible job of getting them up to speed.
You talk the depth. They've tried to find depth in the defensive backfield. They've tried to find on the D-line. You guys already had it in the linebacker core. How much can that help you guys, the fact that you can trot out 6-7 guys pretty easily?
Yeah, it's good for us. We expect to rotate at linebackers at this program, which is it's good. You're able to go in there for 4 or 5 plays and give everything you have, knowing that the second group coming in is going to do just as good of a job. And so it's good as a player knowing that you've got that behind you, because you're not saving anything anytime you're out there.
How do you guys kind of prep maybe for the conditions you'll face down in Lafayette? It sounds like, according to Rip and Spurbeck, maybe getting ready for that humidity over there.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do. Mentally is a huge aspect, but we've been heating the indoor, trying to make it humid. They spray us with the hose before we go in there, get you a little extra wet. We did our scrimmage, at 11 a.m. just to be prepared for that. And when it comes down to it, it's kind of the mental aspect of it. We'll hydrate, they'll hydrate. It's we play games here at 0 degrees, playing there at 90 degrees, 100% humidity. It doesn't matter.
There's been a lot of talk, obviously, expectations. We talked to media days and all that kind of stuff. How excited, ready are you to just put all that aside and get the season started and play a game?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to start game planning. When you're game planning your own team nonstop for the summer and all fall camp, it can get a little lackadaisical. So it's fun to really start to grind on opponent film and opponent scout and start to get all those little keys and things and ready for a game preparation.
So do you watch like LSU film of that quarterback then when he played in 2014, or what do you think of him being the starter?
Yeah, definitely. We've got cut ups on him and everybody. You wanna know the inside and outs of the teams you're facing. So our staff here does an incredible job of making all those cut ups readily, easily available to us so that we can see whatever it is we want to see.
I know he just got named the starter yesterday, but he started all 2014 for an SEC team, LSU. Did that get your attention right away there, that who you're going to be facing in week 1?
Yeah, no matter who you play, you got their attention, and there's a lot of great players in this conference, and ULL's got a great quarterback coming, for them. So no matter who it is, we'll be ready for him.
The running back too seems like a guy who's obviously one of the better ones out there. Seems like he can run over people quite a bit. But what have you seen from McGuire?
Yeah, he's good back. Played against him last year. Big back who's also shifty. And it's nice that we go against J-Mac and some of the other guys in our stable here every single day, so we can get in preparation for that.
Does a guy like McGuire, is he a little bit more challenged just because he's so good at catching the ball out of the backfield too? As a linebacker, does that something else you have to worry about.
Yeah, the dual threatness. I mean, of it. Same with quarterback. It's if you've got two different threats coming at them, it's that much more difficult. And like I said, having backs like Jeremy and Ryan and some of those other guys who are also that dual threat running back is good for us during practice.
Have you graduated? I can't remember.
I haven't.
You haven't? Is your coursework a little lighter? Or is it pretty similar to what it's been in the past?
way lighter. I've got one class left.
Okay.
pretty much.
Curious, does that are you able to maybe watch a little extra film, or do you have a little extra time this year that you can?
No, I definitely set up my graduation time so that I could be in one class for this last semester. So I've been here since 8 o'clock this morning. So it's all set up for that reason. Yes.
What's the class?
General Business 450.
Final one for me is just can you describe the first game of the season and I mean just how it might be a little different than the other ones?
Yeah, I mean, no matter what, you've always got those little bit of butterflies. You're putting on game clothes, game pants, game everything. You haven't done your whole routine in a little bit. You're traveling. You've got all the hype of games and all those things, and so it's a little different. Being an older guy, it's maybe a little easier than for some of the younger guys, but no matter what, it's always that first play is always fun to be able to finally go against somebody else, have that mutual respect, and go out to try and get a victory.
Is that game always? I mean, it's always the next one that you guys talk about, but is that one always in a way the most fun because you don't know what to expect in a lot of ways?
Yeah, especially the beginning of the season. You don't got a lot of film. Teams are still trying to find their own identity. They're working on things that work for them in fall camp and trying to find the new guys that work best with what they got. So it's always an interesting first few games really to try and figure out what teams are going to try and do.
Sweet.